All of us want to make the most memorable toast when given that honor at the wedding of a friend or loved one, but how do you be funny and personable but not make a buffoon out of yourself?
Yes, a buffoon. Toastmasters Katrin, Kern, and Chris Korbel. Join us now. They have 3 do's to making a brilliant wedding toast. Katrin, Chris, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We don't want to be a buffoon. I love that word.
Exactly. So, Chris, we'll start with you. You say comedy is just truth taken to the extreme. Explain that. You're going to use the Hangover 2 to help us with that.
I mean, there's a scene with Zach Galifianakis, and he's just saying, you know, nobody knows Stu like I do. Nobody. And that's a pretty crazy scene, I admit. But if you've seen any Best Man toast, it's not too far from reality.
All right, so let's take a listen to the clip. This is from the Hangover 2.
None of you know Stu like I do. Not you, not you, not you, not you, not nobody knows Stu like I do. No one. None of you know Stu like I do.
He's a little intense there. So, Chris, are you really helping your buddy out by talking about, you know, crazy stories from his spring break, or how, you know, he's a big Jägermeister guy?
I mean, this is, you know, I'm sure he's a great friend, and you've got all the secrets. But this is a time for character and not for comedy. I mean, it's good to be funny. Focus, though, on sometime he had your back, or he did something really great for you. Because at the end of the day, what we really need to know is that he's going to be a worthy husband.
True. Good point.
Now, Katrin, you're going to take a look at Bridesmaids for us. You know, a very funny scene in that movie that a lot of people enjoy. And you say competitive spirit improves your results in many instances, but in life you're actually dispowering yourself. What do you mean by that?
Well, what can happen is, you know, that competitive spirit when it comes to friendship and wedding toasts is maybe not the right place to be coming from, because you know, you want to bring the things that only you can bring to a wedding toast. And when you're starting off by comparing yourself to what someone else might do, you might overlook your specialness.
Right. So we'll take a listen to the Bridesmaids clips first, and then we'll do a little comparison.
All right.
And that's it for tonight. Thank you for coming. Really quick, you all for coming.
Just wanted to say really quick.
Wine is out. Consuelo?
Really quick, speaking of Consuelo, Lillian and I took Spanish together.
All right, so Katrin, you say, yeah, maybe there's somebody in the bridal party who's probably the better public speaker, but the maid of honor, that's the one the bride chose, right? That's the one who can stick to it.
It's not up to you to be the best public speaker at the whole wedding. It's up to you to be the best you at the wedding. And you can't do that if you're just, you know, thinking like, I'm going to outdo what this other person's doing. You have been asked because of your special role in the bride's life, or maybe even the bride and groom's life. And so they want to hear you coming from that place. And you've got to stay centered. So if you're being tempted to be pulled down that path of outdoing someone, resist and stay true to yourself.
And Chris, it's so easy to take a look at these most memorable toasts or movies and say, I've got to do this, I've got to top that. You know, you're really saying that you would make sense if you were cast in a wedding comedy, but that's not what a wedding is actually about.
I mean, you know, in movies, there's 100 screenwriters who come up with these great jokes and these great poems, but you're not a character in a movie.
Yeah, we say, instead of trying to imitate a film, take your inspiration from moments that the person you're toasting has made you laugh, or they've moved you, and if you stay with those stories, not only are they going to be genuinely funny and moving, they're also going to be a lot more pertinent to the other people who are there listening.
I have one more question. What about length of time? Should you keep it to a minute? Should you go longer? What would you suggest?
You know, if you see a great play, you're not going to go, I'm sorry, Shakespeare, that's too long. We're going to cut you out. I think that if you've got something to say, use the time wisely. What do you think, Ed?
I think if you're a maid of honor or a best man, you have up to 10 minutes. Now, if you're another kind of guest at the wedding, 2 to 3 minutes is probably as far as you want to go.
Chris and Katrin, some great advice, and you've got a lot of information up on your website for our viewers who want more.
Just Google free toast advice, and you can get our free report for preparing for that day of the toast.
And you can get to our website there, too.
Well, yeah. I think we have to toast out.
Yes,
to PA Live.
To PA Live.
Cheers.
Afternoon dose of grape juice.
Yes.